Yes, 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 yes.
It did. Then it's
And sincere apologies because the moment I send that YouTube link,
on.
I, I wanted to keep it private. In other words, it is not a public video. It's only for the people who have access to link. But I realized that I hadn't shared it, though I sent the link to all of you, but I hadn't shared it. Then I think after I had a couple of emails from some of you, I went back to check what happened, and it says it's not published. Do you want to publish it? So then I said yes. So were you able to see that? Watch it, Vishal, later on?
No, actually, I just watched it and found some problem and sent you the mail. After that, I didn't see.
Lavanya?
Yes, yes, it was working.
It's
Yes.
working. Okay, perfect. Okay. So I also realized that a part of it was recorded on cloud and a part
Cloud, yeah.
of system. So you might have some of the recordings overlapping. So I was just reflecting this morning. Okay, it was a larger group yesterday, and I do not know whether I've shared it with the new people. So I'll just to share. Normally, when we catch up in the morning like this, Bhavani, Sharanya, Soumya, and Dipti. So what we generally have a chat session like this where for the first 15-20 minutes, Richard, yes. For the first 15-20 minutes, it's an open frame. An open frame is primarily where you are welcome to share. Where are you this morning? How's the learning coming about for you? Any feedback which you'd like to give me? Um, any kind of a feedback. So an open frame means you can speak about anything, whatever you're experiencing as well. You have some burning question due to which you have not slept last night.
Yeah.
And you want to share. Yes, so all that is a part of the open frame, and you're welcome to share your thoughts. So primarily the question which I like to ask is, okay, where are you this now with your thinking? That kind of a question. Yeah, Joy, you're ready. Go ahead.
I actually logged in early to ask you that question, but then I saw so many people, so I got discouraged. So I went and have my breakfast.
Oh,
So can I ask you the question again later, or I don't know? It's a simple question, but still, I had that question in my head the whole night. When you said that burning question, so I got restless and lifted my head.
some of them have this strategy for procrastinating.
Okay, I'll not do that then. Yesterday, you consciously made a statement which said, "Yeah, now I am willing to listen to you." So I just wanted to ask you, was it consciously done to teach us something, or was it just subconscious statement? Because you were listening to someone and then someone interrupted you, and then you kept on postponing the speaker for 2 to 3 intervals, and then you finally made this statement that, yeah, now I'm willing to listen to you, or now I am something like this. You said, and it was like very powerful for me because a lot of my students keep distracting me. So if it was a training, if it was something to teach us, I'll definitely like to use it. But it was just like that, then I'll also ignore it. So I just wanted to ask you that, was it something to teach all of us that you should only speak when the other person is willing to listen? Or I'm sorry to put you in.
I think that's a very nice question you asked me. Don't feel sorry about it. So you said you did not sleep the last night because of this one question.
Yeah, it was very disturbing for me because you would never do something out of purpose because I know you from last 10 years. You're the most mildest gentleman on the planet.
Oh my God.
And this was like a very strong question for me. So I was confused, to be honest.
Hmm. So yes is my answer.
Okay.
That I would like to listen to you, and I know whatever you want to share is important, and just that I am listening to somebody else. So I think it's also very. Um, so I'm just comparing, like how in India, the population is so high that wherever we go, it's easy to put your hand out and say, "This is what I want." So we kind of demand things, and if you get it, oh, I got it before the other guys, and I came out, something like that. So we less follow rules, regulations, cues, and the retailer is all willing to support us, or wherever you put. Let's say it is a retailer or anywhere, they just want to sell, so they sell, and then it becomes a way of life. What queue? You just go there and ask, and you'll get it. So what I experience here is, so I think I modeled this over a period of time, Joy, to see how, especially when the working internationally helps, like how different cultures choose to respond, react, the kind of space available to be listened to, and it's a luxury. And the fact is, we are humans and we have feelings, and being sensitive to those feelings are important. It's a way of respecting somebody whom I'm already listening to. And then when I come to this person, then I'm just listening to him and nobody else. Nobody else. And that person is the most important person for me.
Right.
Right. Let me tell you, Joy, what you noticed was something very significant. So this is what we expect when people come as a master practitioner. Because hey, there is something very different I'm seeing here. It's actually if somebody doesn't have this ability, then they can study. Hey, how did Ramesh do this? Just for you to notice something like this, a very small moment, and then asking questions is the key, I would say. In a practitioner, uh, I wouldn't get into that space, but it's something which you can actually choose to model. You can unpack it, ask clean language, use clean language and clean questions to unpack it. And just to let you know, I don't have any memory of who the person is and what.
Okay.
I'm answering you based on what I'm holding.
Right.
If it's a master practitioner, then I'd be interested in knowing a little bit of the background so that I can go back there and answer from that particular space.
Mm.
So excellence, when you study excellence, whatever the excellence is, primarily not at the conscious level, it's at the unconscious level. And when you see people demonstrating it, there is something very different about this particular way of coming. And I like it. I want it. I want to hand it to students, my teachers. How do I do it? How do I do what Ramesh is doing? Something like that.
Right. Because I personally found it very powerful. If I can consciously do this in my real life, I will be able to give my 100% focus to things. Actually, what you did over there was priceless for me. That's the reason it just moved me. Whole night I was thinking I get distracted by every stupid thing on the planet. And here is one gentleman in the middle of 20 people, Aram se telling this that I'm listening to him. Let me listen to him. That was like wow for moment for me yesterday. Thank you, Ramesh ji, for that.
So you're very welcome. So one of the presuppositions, I'm sure you might remember it, if you have been able to recognize something in others, or like in this case, you notice something in me, you have been able to recognize that behavior, that something which I did stood out for you.
Yeah.
You've been able to recognize that because somewhere you have the same a similar structure in you. Yes.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'm super happy. I'm looking for this from so many days.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
So the
thank you.
belief, if I were to say this in simple words, if you have spotted it, you have got it.
Wow,
You
thank you.
spotted, you got it. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Whatever it is, whatever it is.
I'm
So, would you like to stay or go back to sleep?
I would like to stay.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Thank,
you. Thank you for
thank,
saying that. Yeah.
thank you.
Welcome. Others.
Ramesh, I lost my connection again, but I think Joy was asking a question in
Yes.
terms of, was that a powerful word that you use in terms of I'll come back to you again. So likewise, I would like to ask, like, in situations
Hmm.
where, someone is extremely angry for a misunderstanding or, even at workplace, these things happen. So what sort of powerful words that can be used when someone is especially angry and have not understanding the real situation, because it becomes worse in an organization. Um, is there anything that you can share, or
Is this someone who gets angry is you or somebody else?
it is with somebody else, but finally it's probably taken on the function. So it finally comes into, because, HR as a function deals with everyone. So the frustration sometimes it's with somebody else, but it's been taken on on a function like HR. But actually, it helped me. I mean, I had an incident in the last 2, 3 days. It actually helped me to kind of, say, I'll talk to you later, right? And it actually did help. So is there anything like that in terms of powerful words that can be used? I think what Joy was saying was, he felt it was a powerful thing in where you kind of, went back and say, now I'm willing to listen to you. So is there anything like that that probably we can train ourselves to use in at work or even in day-to-day life?
Davina, you have this amazing ability to put people to trance by just speaking what you speak. It sounds like, what the hell is she saying? I have a choice. I can say, yes, there is, and just move away from it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I'm getting now angry. So, so you still not answered my question. Is the person who getting angry, is it you or somebody else?
It's somebody else,
Not you.
but I'm just, no, not
Okay.
me.
So
So I'm just
because,
trying to see how do I calm someone
okay,
in a situation,
okay, and they get angry because you're there, you're in your presence.
No, now this situation that I'm talking about, it has happened with a different person so sometimes when this person can't directly take it on that person, they
Like you
come and
like most husbands do.
no, this is
Me opposition.
my example is not a home front. So they naturally come to HR and then keep shouting. And so I'm just trying to figure out in situations like that. I mean, it did happen. The situation was with
Okay,
someone else.
okay,
In
Davina,
a
I got it.
Yeah.
Finally, it took a while for me to, yeah.
Okay. So,
So there's another belief of, like I just said to Joy, that if you spotted it, you got it. So there's another belief that the meaning of the communication, I think I said this yesterday, right? The meaning of the communication is the effect, or the meaning of the communication is the response. How is that I'm communicating that somebody who's opposite to me is struggling to make sense of it? Yeah, it's just a statement, and something which you can reflect on.
mm,
I'm
no,
not
this,
asking for an answer.
okay.
I'm just saying there is a presupposition that says that the meaning of the communication
Hmm.
is the effect or is the response. Okay, And I'm not answering you by what you asked me, but
Okay.
by the way you chose to share what you really wanted for yourself. There is something about the way you're choosing to share, Davina, that
Mm.
find it hard work to make
Okay.
sense of what you're saying. Though you speak English, I also speak English. But by the time you put it out so that I can make sense of what you said, it was a journey.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was asking, is this like, it does it happen in front of you, particularly with you when you have people, because you have a way of sharing what you want to share? Mm.
Could be. Now you experienced it, right?
Anyway, so there is, just to let you know, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So the only person who can, um, so you have an opportunity. You have in your, so it's like managing emotions, managing state, what we call as.
Mm.
So there is a model at some point we'll explore. How do you manage states? Like how do you, sometimes in an organization or even at home, when certain things triggers off your emotions and you want to dissociate from it, so that it helps you be back fully resourceful as to where you are. So there are models.
Okay.
Yes, we will definitely explore that. Yes.
And Ramesh, what is that model called?
Let's come to the bridge. Let's come to it when we catch up.
Okay, sure.
I like your curiosity, Balaji.
Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else before we move forward? So you're doing good, Mihao? Okay. So when even the slightest sound comes, in Zoom, there's a yellow kind of a frame which moves in. So I get tempted to ask, okay, so Soumya just moved to you and then it came back to me. So where are you this morning, Soumya?
In a good place.
Good place. Yeah. You can reduce the decibel of your speaker.
It's quite low. It's actually very low.
You want to do something with your voice.
Maybe it's the earphones.
Got a very powerful earphone. Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely fine. I really like it. I can hear you. It's quite loud.
Yeah.
Okay. So this morning we have an opportunity to explore a model and to take all of us through this model. We have Sugandhi. Sugandhi is someone, I did speak about Sugandhi yesterday. Just to let you know that she is also a principal of a school and a school which teaches life teaching, primarily, Sugandhi, if I'm right, a different way of engaging with children, which means there's a lot of work for teachers. And Sugandhi loves doing that way of engaging, like she's holding hands with the teachers as she supports those children. And she has received a lot of awards as a principal, I should say. She travels places to receive awards also. And she has, I would say, she's chosen to join this space of learning. So I think one of the greatest sign for me as a teacher is your humility. Can I surrender to the platform of learning? And that's how I have experienced Sugandhi. So I will be beside you, Sugandhi, as you take through the model. And I will also be managing the technical side today as Sugandhi goes on to deliver this session. So yeah, over to you, Sugandhi.
Yes. Thank you so much, Ramesh.
Welcome.
So, hi. The thing is, the light is on me? Yes. Okay. So I was like, I was choosing what to wear in the morning, and I placed on this my hand on this shirt because today you had just given me an inkling that I might be delivering something, and I wanted my favorite kurta for this. So as I was like picking up this, I was curious to know why is it that I think this color would be appropriate today. So, and then it just came back to me. So I had a similar frock when I was young, okay? And I remember we used to have these January to December sessions, and the results would come out in December. And I was in third standard. I was going from third to fourth, and my school was just across the road. All I had to do was cross 10 houses and then cross a main road and then go to the school. And I remember wearing that frock, and I had those, piggy tails that my mom had plaited, and a ribbon. And as there was a knock on the door, and my friend's mom said the results are out. Okay, it was say December 31st or January 1st or something like that, and I was like jubilant, and I said, "Amma, I'm going and seeing what the result is." And I wore my slippers and I ran. And I could hear my mom saying, "Wait, wait, I'm coming with you." I was like fast, I was running and I was happy. I knew exactly why I was happy because my class teacher had announced that you could expect the person who comes first in all the four sections will get a gift from her. Okay. And I was pretty sure I was going to get it. Okay. And I was enthusiastic. I knew I'd done so well. Something in me, and there was flutters, and I was running. I still remember my mom calling me, and then I waited. There was a small cross section. There was not much traffic then, but I waited because my mom called me. And then I was like jumping like this, walking like this, and holding her hands. And we crossed the road and we went up to the first floor. And there my teacher was smiling at me and said, "Guess who is going to get that Mahabharata book from me?" And she hands over that book to me. And I also, she gave me, because it was December, and she was an Anglo-Indian, she gave me, one of those Easter eggs, those chocolates that come. You have marshmallow in between, and then you have chocolate covering, and then you have the chigina wrapping around it. And I still remember, she gave me a handful. I told my mom, "Keep this for my sisters," and I took the first one and grabbed it, and I could feel it melt into my mouth. I can still feel the feeling. And I was thinking, oh my God, this dress has so many associations within me that I want to carry. Okay? And so many visual pictures that I had, the taste that I had, the smell as I was like unwrapping that Easter egg, the smell of the book that I smelled, and the colors, that the sound of my mom's voice, my teacher's face looking down upon me, that beautiful smile. Oh, a moment to live for. And now I was associating this print and this color with so much. Like it is like third standard, I must have been 7 years. This is like 45 years back. And I still hold it. my God, how many memories I must be holding like this. And I don't know. I must be holding all good and bad memories in this manner. And so I am holding memories visually, auditorily. I have those free feeling of flutters. I can still experience. Is she going to hand over that book to me? Or that Sundar boy, that fair looking fool Sundar boy, who always had a tie on when he came to get results. And I was like, in this cotton frock, not ironed, whether I'm going to get it or that guy is going to get it. That flutter, and then that joy that burst here, chum, like that. Okay, as I received that book, oh, I relive it so many times. I think somewhere in my unconscious state, I'm experiencing all this when I'm wearing this dress. So this is how I must be uh, storing all my memories. And those five are the modalities in which I'm storing these memories. And those modalities, how I store them. So what is it that's so, how is it that I'm storing it? Is it in color? Is it moving? Is it close to me? How is the sound associated with it? What is the feeling that I get with it? What is the smell I got of that chocolate? What is the taste that melted into my mouth? I have not tasted an Easter egg so fabulous like that. I'm just still looking for those, those marshmallow eggs or whatever. Even now, when I look at it, I'm like, it takes me back to that time when I had. So, how is it that I'm associating all these memories? And why is it that this dress at this particular moment is bringing back all those beautiful memories to me? So, so this is these are what we call submodalities. How I store it in my visual memory, how I store it in my say auditory memory, how I have stored it. I still can see myself going past, those pigtails. I don't know. When I was small, my mom used to plait my hair into two and put those flowery ribbons around. I must have looked very odd, okay? But then it was like those orange ribbons and pink ribbons were the things that made my day. And I can still see my pigtails flying when I ran, and then I stopped, braked, okay, because I heard my mother's voice behind me, okay. So that was a moving frame for me. So I was just reliving those moments, and these are the filters. Like as I tell you, I might have distorted certain things, I might have deleted certain things, I might have generalized certain things, but then I prefer to store it. And as I see the Easter egg somewhere, I am experiencing it through the filters, through my experience. And it's not the direct experience I have of this dress, but the experience I had in the past of the dress that I wore then, which is similar in print and color. So,
It was there, Sugandhi.
yeah,
I'll pause you there,
yes,
and I'll open up to the group and ask them. So, what is that they are primarily? So, to you guys who are listening to Sugandhi, okay, or looking at Sugandhi, how does all this sounds like to you?
This is a way of anchoring, I think so, sir.
Okay?
The color of the frock and the color of the kurta takes her into that confidence. Okay, I'll be able to do the best I can do today.
Yes,
I think so.
she definitely is anchored to the
She,
color.
she goes into that desired state. This is my confidence level. If I put on this, I'll be very confident and be able to talk to people, explain people, convince people. All that confidence will be in me.
Yes, so there are so many factors attached to it. So definitely it's an anchor. What else?
Uh, she was completely associated with the memory.
Yes.
When she was expressing, it was completely association with that memory at the time of explaining.
What specifically gave you the impression that she is highly associated with the memory?
uh, Her facial expression and body gestures and postures, like this kind of hands movements and eyes movement,
Yes.
like this.
And what about the way she chose to share? In this case, I'm asking you to go into the content,
Yeah.
which also is a part of the association. Yeah, Kishore?
The enthusiasm.
The
Sorry.
sensory.
Yes, Kishore.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The sensory communication, the sensory
Yes.
kind of communication which she had actually brought in, when she actually created that live atmosphere of gaining that smell and that, that particular color and revisiting those memories. It's like a virtual reality she created with her words.
Yes.
That is what actually, gave me this.
Very good, very good. So the fact is, she painted a picture
Yes.
using all those.
Yes.
How
Yeah.
is the word called submodalities and all this stuff? But yeah, she did paint the picture.
Visual, is it?
Highly
Yes.
visual.
Yeah.
So, do you know? I'm sure you do know.
Can I share something?
Yes, Chatuska. Just a second. Look at me how I'm getting distracted by the sun coming. He's half. Can you look at me how?
Yes, sir.
No.
The sun has come on him and he's
Yes,
half.
Yes.
For a second, you look like a priest with a white top. Yeah. So yes.
But so early sun in London.
Yes, sometimes it does. In some
5 o'clock, around 5 o'clock only.
Yeah, Chatuska.
Yeah. So what I would like to share is that the way she shared her story actually made me feel the same happiness, and it helped me to go back in my life to the day I got my A-level results,
Yes.
and I felt it kind of. So the way she shared the story was so powerful, so much so it made me to go back in memory and feel the same.
So many memories, Sugandhi. You have refreshed a lot of people's memories. So primarily, if you bring in NLP here, what can you relate to? What is that you can relate to?
So for building, sorry.
Yeah, Lavanya.
So for building rapport, for example, like I felt that she's highly visual. So the the words for expression, she's also very kinesthetic. She said fluttering. And if we choose those words like visual, probably to even make a connect with the person, that would help.
Yes.
I think that, yes.
So she did use all those sensory words like Kishore Datta said. She was highly visual. There were auditory stuff. Do you remember what she mentioned when there were auditory stuff?
Mother's voice.
Mother's voice,
Mother's
yeah.
voice.
Teacher's voice.
Yes. Teacher who was an Anglo-Indian welcoming her.
Yes.
And
About the book.
huh?
The book she was saying about.
Yes. And the feeling which she is experiencing inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her as well as around her.
Yeah.
So primarily it is visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. So
May I say something?
Yes, Dipti.
Sugandhi, one of the things that connected me, to your story, and I realized that, I'm actually in that memory of yours, is you said my school was across the street. And then you said, I had to cross 10 houses and then the main road. And I was like visualizing saying that, okay, if it's across the street, then crossing 10 houses and, main road. So I really enjoyed the entire process. And it was it was very visual because it made me go deep into the story and imagine myself there. It was no longer about your memory, it was my memory. That's what I was in it. The second thing I thoroughly, I connected this and I actually was writing this down, is that you set off a very, very important thing for me, is when you started sharing your story about the kurta, the color, why are you wearing that? And by the time you ended the story, you said that the kurta associated you with that good memory, which is what you're sitting today with, the memory of your teacher, which is what she acknowledged in you, and it's similarly to what Ramesh, said that Sugandhi would be the trainer today. I always, thanks for that, because every time I try and have a conversation, you gave me a very great thought today of exploring, bringing in a memory and making it very personal, so others also get involved and go back to what they were thinking. So thank you for that.
Ramesh, can I share something?
To Sugandhi?
To the entire group.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, Sugandhi ma'am, I'd sent you in private chat also. I just want to verbally say it. Actually, I enjoy reading the Skulky books and all in Tamil. And before a particular situation is set, the entire stage will be in our mind. To some extent, it's there in Harry Potter too, or to a great extent, it's there in Harry Potter too. So I felt you'll be an amazing person to make an audio book. So maybe sometime in the future with a story. And relating to your incident, today when I wore this t-shirt, when I just picked it from my cupboard to wear it, I remembered this was the t-shirt which I used when I made my first YouTube video. So I felt, okay, that was something which I did maybe 3-4 years back. And it started off something new. So I felt I learned something new today. So a bit of a dress association about it. And Ramesh, I mean, it's my feeling, kindly validate it. Now that Sugandhi ma'am is in a state of achievement, or she has relived it, will this help, like anytime we relive a situation where we have achieved something and then we approach a situation which is in the present, which will put us in a better frame of mind to approach the situation?
Maybe I'll allow Sugandhi to answer. Or maybe you can tell me, what do you think?
I sure feel it does. I mean, I just want a validation on your, I mean, I'm seeking for external validation here.
Yeah. It does, it does. I can also tell you my story. So for example, when I was in the corporate world, somebody said to me that, is blue your favorite color? I often see you wearing a blue shirt, a light blue shirt. I said, yeah, I like it. He said, I presuppose normally the people who wear blue, they have a big heart. I said, how do you say that? He says, look at the color of the sky, it's blue, so you have a big heart. And that stayed on for a long time in my mind. Yeah, okay. So how do so I remember when I used to go for interviews, when I used to change jobs, I want to be at my best. So I kind of hooked on to that color, and in such a way to see, okay, it puts me in a very good place of having those conversations. Yeah. So yes, is my answer, Balaji.
Thank you,
You are
Ramesh.
really big-hearted. You are really big-hearted, sir.
Oh.
You remember in Corona times, you offered people foundation. If you cannot pay now, pay me later, but join the program, please.
Oh, thank you, Mr. So let's come back to Gandhi. Let's come back.
Gandhiji,
Yeah.
So we have picked up three main words in this conversation that you and I, all of us, okay, we primarily make sense of our world or represent even our memories, our experiences, either visually
Auditory.
in sounds, and in feelings. So these three things stand out, right? Now, Sugandhi used the word submodalities, and maybe I'll ask her to take us through what she meant by submodalities and make sense of it in order that you and I learn. Okay?
Yeah. So, Ramesh, could I invite
Yes.
somebody
Ah.
to share a good memory of theirs here to this? Can I invite one of you?
Would you like to invite everybody?
Yeah, that would be good.
Yes.
Do you have a pen? If you do
Yes,
have a
I
pen,
do
it's
have.
good.
I can do the screen sharing as well as a pen.
Yeah, yeah. So,
So we have. I have the board here as per Sugandhi's request, and it
thank
has
you.
columns: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. Is primarily how you and I make sense of our world. So what we call is modes of receiving information, modes of storing information, and modes of reproducing information. So like Chatuska said, Dipti said, some of you did share like, hey, this is how I relate to it, this is how I was, this is how I was, and so on. So you stored something which you experienced in pictures, in sounds, and in feelings. And there is more to it. And Sugandhi is going to take us for a walk to see what is more to it. And it will all come from you rather than from Sugandhi. Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. May I invite you people to, sit in a very comfortable position and close your eyes. Gently close your eyes. And I want you to think about uh, a very good memory that you have, okay? Something that you want to cherish. And I want you to tell me, do you see, what is it that you see? Do you see an image? And if you do see an image, please tell me if it is dim or bright.
Right.
Very bright.
Bright?
Bright. Bright.
Right, right.
Right.
And how clear is this picture? Is it clear or hazy?
Clear.
So what's that?
Yeah.
Clear.
Yeah.
Okay. How big is this picture? Is it larger than life? Life size or smaller than life?
Life size.
Life
size.
size. Okay. Is it color or is it black and white or
Color.
partially color and black and white?
Color.
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 Sugandhi, are you there? We lost you. I think we lost her. Okay. So be there, and so as you're looking at this picture, which is could be bright for some of you, could be clear, could be big or small, color and sorry.
Yeah. Is it color
She's there. She's there.
or black and white or partially color and black and white?
Color.
Color.
Color. Okay. Where do you see this picture? Is it in the front or the back or the side? Front.
Front, left of side.
Front.
How distant is it? Is it far or near?
Near.
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 Close or distant?
Near.
Near.
Is it moving or is it still?
Still.
Still.
Moving.
Still.
Moving.
Moving.
Okay. Some it is moving, so some it is still. Is it moving fast or is it slow or it is
Lively.
medium? Like
Normal, yeah, yes.
Normal pace.
normal.
Live pace.
Okay. Okay. Is this picture framed or is the panoramic view of this picture?
Normal picture frame. It in fact
Panoramic.
doesn't have a frame, yeah.
It's a live picture.
And is it in sequential order? Is it happening
Yes.
one of the other? Okay. Are you associated with this picture?
Yes.
Disassociated. I mean, I can see myself out there.
Yes.
Okay, you can see yourself out there in that picture. Okay. So now we move to your auditory. Okay. And are there sounds associated with this entire experience?
Yes.
No.
Oh, no.
Okay, is there
Yes.
silence
Yes.
or is it any sound?
It's loud.
Silent. Loud. It's loud.
Sound.
Okay. For some it is loud. For some, okay. If there is sound, is it very close to you or distant to you?
Close to.
Close. Okay. And is it soft or harsh or melodious?
Soft.
Soft.
Loud, like people
Yes.
clapping.
Is it harsh or soft?
Soft.
Soft. How close is this? How distant or close is this sound?
Very close. Very close.
Very close.
Close.
Wow. Is it actually the tonality? Is it shrill or it is of low range, high range,
Muffled.
muffled? Wow. Is
Normal.
it continuous?
Yeah, normal continuous sound like what we hear.
What is the location of the sound? Where is it? Is it beside you or in front of you?
In
This
front of.
side.
Behind?
In front of.
This side.
Okay. Okay. Let's come to feelings. What is it that you are experiencing and where are you experiencing?
Happiness.
Very happy.
Somewhere
Very
in the
happy.
heart,
Harmony.
excitement.
Happy.
Yeah.
Harmony.
Joy.
Peace.
Lavanya, you say something?
Excitement in my heart.
Excitement. Kishorda, you have something?
I said harmony, peace and
Harmony.
Achievement.
Yeah. Okay. Do you feel a type of, say, a pressure somewhere when you get this feeling?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
No.
Front
You
of
do?
the chest.
Yeah, where is the pressure?
Front of the
Ah.
chest.
Top of the chest. Okay.
I also
Where do you
feel
feel this sensation? You see, Lavanya very good piece at top of the chest. Do you really feel the sensation somewhere? If at all you feel the sensation. Is there a movement to this feeling?
No.
Is there a movement to this feeling
Yes.
somewhere?
Pain.
Okay. Is it intermittent or is it continuous or it is, say, a tingling sensation?
Yes, it's vibrating.
Tingly
and-
sensation.
Yeah, it's a tingling sensation. Okay. What is the temperature? Like, are you feeling hot? Are you feeling damp? Are you feeling cold?
I
Warm.
Warm?
Warm.
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 Okay. Okay. What is the intensity of the feeling? Is it very strong? Is it very,
quite strong.
very strong? Okay. And what is the pace of the feeling? Is it fast? Is it moving slow?
Slow.
Continuous.
Continuous and the pace. Yeah, is it hot or cold or it is? So can you just, so what did you have for breakfast today?
So the pen
You're asking us?
Yeah.
Idli.
Yeah.
Bread, omelette, and chai.
Oh, great. And what did you have breakfast?
What did you?
Have for breakfast today? Yeah, so you, how many of you experienced certain, the way you felt it and how did you remember it and what was the visuals that were associated? What was the auditory factor that was associated with it? What was the type of feeling that you were having, whether you were having something, say, uh, in the body, where is exactly were you feeling the feeling? Was it moving? Was it fluttering? Was it tingling? Uh, so you had, did you experience it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
Sugandhi.
so this is how you have packed your good experience, okay? So this is how we must be packing our bad experiences too, isn't it? So is it possible that the way we store it and bring it to the fore makes all the difference to our life?
Yes.
So if we were to say change or make a distinction in the way we are storing these submodalities, or there would be a change in the way we would experience what we are experiencing today in a very different manner, or what we have stored in a very different manner. Is there a possibility? So, so can we experiment on that? Is it possible that we experiment with you experiment, in fact, okay? Ramesh, can we pair them up so they can?
Yes.
Yes, and try and change, have a good memory session with your partner and see the way your partner will note down how you are storing these submodalities as far as your good experience is concerned. And then you relive not so very good experience with your life and see the way you have stored your bad memory, the bad experience, and try and change.
I also want to ask, am I experiencing some kind of poor connection or?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Certainly.
The
Even I'm
voice is breaking.
experiencing the same somehow.
The voice is breaking.
The voice is breaking. Yes.
Voice is breaking.
Even the frames are going still at times.
Is my voice also breaking or is it?
No. Yours is clear.
Sometimes.
Sugandhi ji.
Sugandhi is out.
I think her frame again it's frozen now.
Frozen right now.
Yeah.
Okay, not a problem. So I have actually just sent you a mail which has a sheet. It's a Word document. And if you open it up, you will find whatever Sugandhi mentioned. Thanks, Sumona. It will mention on one side all the submodalities of visual, auditory, kinesthetic. It is also there in the book NLP at Work, but this is more specific to the exercise that you're doing. So if you can open it up, it will be easy for you, based on which you can have the interaction. For this exercise,
My dogs.
I'll mute now. Yeah. So for this exercise, it will be nice to have paper and pen. So when you go, so you're going to go in pairs, and in pairs, you're going to record, okay, the first experience and the second experience. The first experience is of a good memory. The second experience is of a not so good memory. I personally prefer, I do not know what Sugandhi has in mind because we haven't spoken or agreed on this.
She's there. She's there, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I personally prefer pick up a person whom you like the most.
Yes.
Right? Like when I brought my daughter and a lot of expressions popped up, right? So the person whom you like the most, if you take a picture of that person, how would the person look like? Color, black and white, all that submodalities of visual you put in the first experience. In the second experience of somebody whom you like less, right, Soumya? Somebody whom you like less. It's a nice way of saying somebody whom you don't like, but you have to live with them. So like less. And when you take a picture of that, how is it? Is it in color, black and white? Is it bright or dull, gray, blue, orange, whatever it is? So when you hear them speak, what kind of an effect it creates on you? So you write down the submodalities of that. Now to do this, you will be associated with a partner who will help you do this. And you need not share any names of anything. You can just share the picture. Okay, this is a picture I have. This is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm hearing. This is what I'm feeling. Okay. And the other person is just jotting it down for you. Okay. Once it is jotted down, you can come back. So we give you, say, about
10 minutes.
10 minutes?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? Both
Yes,
ways.
sir.
Yeah.
It is a quick exercise.
Yes, sir.
You're just jotting down, you're asking them, okay, memory of a person whom you like, you're writing down. Memory of a person whom you like less, you're just jotting down. That's it. You've collected the data and you come back. Okay, that's the first part of the exercise. And you have 10 minutes to do this. Maybe I'll make it 12 minutes. Okay. Any questions? How many are we? 23. The trainers will stay out. Mona will stay out. Sugan will stay out and I will stay out. So
20. 10 rooms.
Yes. So
Sir, I have a doubt actually.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like you're saying that memory has to be focused with a person. If suppose I'm not having any specific person, but a geographical location, which is supposedly attached with a good memory and another with a not so good memory.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
It can even be. So if you actually YouTube, you find hundreds of videos which this becomes a selling point for a lot of NLP trainers primarily. Something which you're afraid of, a phobia or fear, something which you really like. Something, so some people eating chocolates, having this habit of eating chocolates and they want to let go of it. So something opposite which they hate. So you're primarily playing with something like and dislike. Yeah?
Ramesh, can it be on the same person? One good experience and another not so good experience?
I leave it to you.
Okay.
I hope it's not your wife.
No, I was thinking about her only.
Ramesh ji, I had an interesting trouble actually. Initially, I was focusing on the place where I was born, Shillong. Then someone in the middle of the crowd our group suddenly said people clapping. So I just transport to a stage where I'm giving a public speech. So my entire image changed.
Wow.
And then the dog started barking and I went to my childhood when a dog was running behind me. So this was completely messed up for me. So did I do it the wrong way or what happened? I got really distracted by people making
I
those
think you
sounds.
had 3 different experiences of submodalities. Wow.
Okay. Oh
Yes.
Lord.
Yes.
It's
good.
That's mostly auditory.
So primarily what Sugandhi did is just to give you an experience of
all modalities.
How you hold memories, knowledge, imagination, how do you hold them, right? Now is the exercise time where you're actually picking up something really specific and then you're jotting it down.
Okay.
So one person is asking you questions. Okay, but it's straight away. It's a very straightforward exercise. When you get in, okay, Bhavani, close your eyes, and as you think of this person picture, is it in color or black and white. As simple as that. Is it near you, far you? So
Yes.
whatever she's saying, you're writing down only that. If she says near, write near. If she says far, write far. You're just jotting down that. Similarly for auditory and for kinesthetic feelings. That's it. I would say avoid smell and taste for now. Though the sheet has smell and taste, avoid it, not required. They are a part of kinesthetic anyway. Yeah. Until unless you're talking to a chef, Chatuska. Until unless you're having an interaction with a chef. Ah, I can smell it. It's coming from the kitchen. Yeah. I know what's the flavor like. Yeah. Until you're speaking to a chef. Yeah. So, okay, once it is done, then the other person takes over and then they ask the question. So 5 minutes, person whom you like the most, person whom you like the least. Right? Okay. So all the best and I'll see you guys in 10 to 12 minutes. There's a timer. All the best.
Yeah.
Sugandhi and
Yeah.
Mona, you're not supposed to accept it, but I didn't correct it. So I'm closing the room again.
So I came.
Yeah, but there are.
One also came.
So, is there anybody with Chatushka? Because there was no one else with Chatushka.
I've closed the room. So Sugandhi, you stay out.
I think we are back here.
Yeah.
I think you timed it for 12 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We just started conversation with Anupam.
Okay, I just made one change. That is, Chatuska will have joy. Mona, you don't accept the invitation.
I don't, but I'll come back. I don't accept it. I automatically goes there.
Yes,
So
you can
I'll
do.
come back. Yeah, I'll come back.
Okay. All the best. Sorry, guys.
Hey, why Bhavani is here?
We'll go after that. Bhavani is.
Yeah, she's gone.
Okay, I'm just checking. Hang on. Bhavani has Dipti, Pushpa, Maresh, Kishore. Okay, उठ गया तुम्हें? Okay, पापा काम कर रहे हैं जाइए. ट्रेनिंग चल रहा है, क्लास ले रहे हैं. He's come and slept in my lap now. Yeah. So, Sugandhi, what I noticed is particularly when you were doing the second part where you were sharing, your voice kept breaking very, very, yeah. It was like, what happened? Is it my system or your system? And I was not able to write in the board. Like the board went for a toss also.
So whenever you do that shared screen and whiteboard, my system gets disconnected. That's what I'm saying.
How come I've not yet made
No,
you?
it has not. It is not connected.
Yeah.
नहीं यार, कल 3 बार हुआ.
ये
So
तुम्हारा
unless
बिलीफ,
you're-
ये बिलीफ बना लिया तुमने, इसको निकालो.
हाँ वही ना, आज निकालने की भी कोशिश की कि जब भी नहीं, you know,
Change
it's a,
it.
yeah,
Change
I
this
changed
belief.
it.
You keep breaking, Sugandhi. So
But thank you, Ramesh. You pitched in.
yeah, I said you keep breaking in, so that's the reason why I asked
Breaking
you
in.
about your system. Yeah, you keep breaking off or breaking in or breaking out.
Oh,
Hey.
Vishal is here.
Yeah, something went wrong. I was alone in that room.
How come? एक मिनट देखता हूँ. Where your partner was who?
Soumya was there, but immediately she got out.
Soumya.
Soumya.
Oh.
डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया होगा उसका इंटरनेट.
Oh.
Must be that or yeah, she's not here.
तो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जाती है तो इंटरनेट भी बंद हो जाता है ना.
Yes.
मेरे यहाँ तो ऐसे ही होता है कम से कम. तो मेरा भी हुआ था, so I changed my internet to phone.
Oh, Mihav is also here.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the
Hey.
partner.
Mihav, what happened? Mihav, are you there?
Yeah, he's there.
He's alone.
Yeah, and he's looking. He's
Lost.
looking like a lost tiger.
Okay, I think he's waiting for somebody. Hang on. Mihav is still in the room number 7. So shall I move you there, Vishal?
Yeah.
I'm moving you to room number.
Is it showing 7? It won't.
No, it's saying room number 3.
So that's what is a problem with Zoom. Doesn't allow you to. It doesn't show that room.
Okay, I'm going to move you room number 3. Vishal, go back to your room.
Yes.
Can you go back to your room?
No, the option is not coming here.
It shows me that you are in your room only. So Mihav is waiting for you. It says you're not joined, you're not accepted.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Kishore lost connection, I think.
Ah.
That's why I came out.
Okay. So you both are here, Vishal and Mihav. I'm just wondering what should I be doing in this case. Should I allow you both to do it?
Yes.
And when Kishore comes, he can play the role of an observer.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay. So Sugandhi and Mona, you can mute yourself.
Okay. Vishal?
Yeah, Mihav. Hi.
How are you? Are you well?
Yes, yes. So fortunately, I got you as my partner.
No problem.
Soumya got out. So
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Oh, Soumya is also here.
My computer suddenly crashed on me.
Oh.
That's right.
So how to proceed now? Because now we are 3.
Vishal, just go ahead.
Okay. Mihav, I just start asking some questions. Okay, to you first.
No problem.
So would you like to start this activity with open eyes or your eyes closed?
Open eyes.
Open eyes. Okay. Can you please recollect a memory where you can see the person you like the most?
I can.
Do you have a picture of that?
Yes.
Okay. Is it black and white or color?
Color.
Okay. Near or far?
Near.
Okay. Bright or dim?
Bright.
Bright. And what's the location?
In front of me.
In front. Okay. And size of the picture? Big, small?
Normal.
Normal. Okay. And associated or dissociated means you are in the picture or you see the picture from outside?
I see the picture from outside.
Okay. The picture is focused or defocused?
Focused.
Okay. And is it framed or panoramic?
Panoramic.
Okay. Is it okay? Can you hear the sound associated with?
Yeah, everybody is in. Nihal, Sharanya,
Ma'am, I have one question. Sugandhi, ma'am, I have one question. Can I share it now or later?
Yeah. Can we wait for the other three to join us too?
Okay.
No.
We'll take. No?
Why not?
Okay. Okay, fine. Fine. Yes, India.
Yes, the tool that you have shared just now, it's a wonderful tool. The practice that we have done just now, it's very nice and a very strong tool. For example, everybody has some person might have very dreadful past, and the journey that you are taking back to that person, for example, that will be very deep rooted within, and that might be hidden for a very long time, and that might be disturbing the person for a long time, right? But when we bring back all the memories, particularly at that period of time, the chances of breakdown is very high. For example, if I am talking with some person using this tool, and if there is a breakdown, should I continue the session or should I stop it or should I do it the next day?
So this is a question
For
I would
example, in
allow
my
my.
case,
Continue.
in my case, if
Continue.
I'm talking about a traffic
Yeah.
victim, if
Continue.
I'm talking about a traffic victim, yes,
Continue. Continue the session.
it will be very hard for that person because we are dealing with so much of emotion in this
Continue.
Continue.
Continue. My answer is continue. Because they are going through those emotions, you address the emotion then and there. As simple as that.
Be hard physically as well.
Yes, yes. Continue. My experience is to continue in the moment so that all that emotions get drained out completely then and there.
Break the chain of those emotions.
Okay? Postponing tomorrow, you're wasting time. कल करे सो आज करे सो अब करे.
Hey, like why I'm saying this, like
Sandhya.
yeah,
Sandhya.
okay, fine. Got it, continue. Share the experience later once if I do the session with children, I'll definitely
Yes.
share with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Any questions? How was your experience basically?
Quite intense.
Intense.
Can I share what I felt?
Who is it?
Hello.
Davina.
First time
Davina.
Anupam who asked.
Yeah,
Davina,
Anupam. Yeah, hold on.
Davina, hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Anupam said, yeah, it was intense.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
I was saying that it was an intense experience because from the time that, ma'am, you were sharing your experience, I felt that memories, when they're associated with pictures and feelings, the impression is much more higher. But generally, we don't realize it. In this exercise, when we went to a good and bad memory, I went to that. So I realized that how each memory can be broken down into what was feeling overwhelming, how it can be, broken down into smaller parts, which then becomes easy for the person to handle it and take actions on it. I felt that.
Yeah.
May I share?
Yes, now.
Yes. So I felt that there was something that new I learned, which, sometimes when situations happen, we think it cannot be changed. But I think the technique and the art helps us to change certain situations because it's our memories which holds us back sometimes. So I think changing the bad memories into good memories help to create a better present and a future. So I think Lavanya, beautifully took me through that journey in terms of, where something is frozen to helping you to unfreeze. So I felt it was a good experience and it's a new learning that we can probably start practicing now. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. And just to let you know, Davina, Lavanya she's an expert, especially when it comes down to teaching submodalities. She has her own style of doing it, but she does it really well.
Thank you. I experienced something very profound. May I share?
No, not allowed.
Yes, she did share saying that she does Reiki also.
You please do share, Lavanya. Just go ahead and share.
Yeah.
So when we were dealing with the conflict memory, the best part, what I really noticed was her breathing, Davina's breathing really went fast. Like, I don't know if she noticed it, I noticed it. And by the time we resolved that same feeling, the breathing also calmed down. This was really,
I just got reminded of one of the beliefs of excellence. So sometimes when we want to give an example, I think this is the best. So one of the beliefs, one of the presupposition is knowledge, thought, memory, imagination are results of sequence and combination of ways of filtering and storing information. So I find submodalities a beautiful exercise just to revisit them and make sense of how you are choosing to store your memory or imagination, and how they create some kind of an effect on you, which can be an emotional one or a really memorable one, and so on. Yeah. I just got reminded of this statement. Are you able to see the screen, right?
Yes.
Anyway, I'll share it with you. So just for now, read it. Thank you for sharing that, Lavanya. Yes. And Davina, just to let you know, you were with one of the best hands. Lavanya actually coaches a lot of people in this space when it comes down to visualization
Okay.
and all that stuff.
Okay.
She's really good at it. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me.
Thank you.
So,
Thanks, Lavanya.
thank you. And Joy has been raising his hand.
Oh, okay.
Vishal.
I was just
Yeah.
scratching my head, but I'll still share.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I thought you were raising your hand.
Sorry. I noticed two things. One, this activity helped me understand that my parents are I always used to think they are the most important element of my life, but I have sidetracked them, and other things have taken priority. Something which it came in, and I was kind of sad about it. And my partner Chatuska had a similar feeling as well. I'll not share on her behalf, maybe she can. But I felt that, and it was a nice awakening moment for me. And second thing I would like to ask Sugandhiji and Rameshji, both of you, with this activity, I also came to a realization that actually we cannot delete or omit any memory from our head. It is always there. So do we have a power? We have a power to recall that whenever we want. Is this right, Rameshji, Sugandhiji?
Yes.
Okay. So people just make those blanket statements like move on. It is not that easy to move on when people say that. I always keep telling that to my students, all love failure students. I'm not going to say this after today's activity.
It stays. It stays. Just that you have brought in, it's not the right word, but I still say it. You bring in all the other thoughts and mask them. But if it comes in the way of moving forward, if it comes in the way of you moving forward, then there are tools and models which will help you shrug it off in a way where you have chosen to accept it. I would say it will not in a way where you are able to manage your emotions, your feelings, and live a normal life.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah.
shall we move forward? If there's not Vishal, okay.
Yes, sir. Actually, I did this activity with Mihau, and
Yes.
I found it has a huge impact in changing the emotional state overall. Initially, what kind of association he had with the bad memory, somehow he could change the association with that bad memory. He has given the acceptance, and at the same time, this was a great feeling for me also to identify the submodalities related to good and bad memories stored in my mind.
Coming from a corporate background, me, and being the logical guy, I, as an NLP trainer, did not fancy submodalities for a long time. I said, yeah, visual, auditory, and all. What is this stuff? And that's how I kept it. Yes, absolutely. If you're laughing, that's right. That's how I felt. And I said, I just don't relate to it. And I think it was about 3-4 years down the line. I was in France. I go every year to France to spend some time with my teacher when she's running a workshop. And so I had an opportunity to pair up with a delegate, like how sometimes Mona pairs up. So I had an opportunity to pair up and for submodality. And I said, okay, I'll choose something which I have. This is like not wanting, I chose. But if the experience was a very powerful experience. So currently I'm staying in a house. Right diagonally, if I open my bedroom window on the other side, on the other side which is crossing the road, there is an apartment which has about 70 apartments. There's a building which has 70 apartments. So I used to live there, and my experience was not good because the secretary was a crook. I do not know how many of you, but he was a crook, meaning like he used to tell lies and make money out of people so he was the broker. But he wouldn't tell I'm a broker. He would say that, see, there is a broker and you have to pay some commission and all this stuff. So later on only I came to know all this stuff. And I was in a stage in my life where I didn't have that kind of money to pay him. I had a minimal income and I said, okay, I've never paid brokerage in my life. For the first time in my life, I paid to this guy. But for him, that 70 apartment was like a business model. He used to ensure, because it belongs to most government staff, okay, and people living there all were outsiders. He used to run it like as I'm the king of the place, and every year 10 or 15 people vacate and new people come in, I make additional money. So 1 year down the line, I became the victim. This guy started playing fools where he used to drain the water off or find some reasons to disrupt our living. And when this happened to me, I was in a phase of my life where I was changing. I had come out of the corporate world, NLP trainer. I found my calling. This is where I'm going to be. I'm no more that young angry man, jo Amitabh Bachchan ka dialogue hai na, that way. And I think I've changed and all this stuff. And when I experienced a personal thing like this, where I felt this guy is playing fools with me, so I had goose and I really went after him with a stick, rang the bell, opened the door and pointed out and told him, the next time you touch my water connection, I'll break your hand into it. So I used to be that way. And after saying all that thing, in the next few minutes, I said, "Arey, yaar, what the hell I've done? I've gone back to my old state. No. This is not the Ramesh I want to be." And but the experience, like, it's hard-earned money, and this guy has taken in, he's playing fools with me. How can he do that? And he was ensuring that So anyway, long story short, I told him sorry. It's like asking sorry to an idiot. He said, you can say whatever and then you're asking sorry. So I decided to move out. And Tulsi wanted to stay in a close by location. So we found this house. It kind of matched our needs and we moved in here. I thought, chalo, let me forget, let me disconnect with him. No more that secretary. Okay. Till I open my bedroom window. So when I open my bedroom window, I can actually see the main gate of that building over there, which is about 3-4 buildings away. So there's so we are facing south, and that building is facing east. And whenever I see him, I used to like, bloody hell, this guy, I need to hit him. That kind of a stuff. And Tulsi used to say, hey, this is not you. You're not supposed to. You have changed. I said, yeah, but I'm not able to control because this guy has cheated me. I've been cheated in my life. And I took this as a submodalities of a memory which I like and somebody whom I do not like. I hate the entire experience. And I was sure I'll hate this guy. I will not like him and so on. But I said, chalo, try karte hain, and I put it into the submodality exercise. We did it. So primarily, in your case, the time was similar. Primarily, you do it a couple of times. So the same, you read it out a couple of times. It's a practitioner. Practitioner course gives you that time where you can read out the same discrepancy, the differences a couple of times, maybe at least 3 times, in such a way it vanishes. I had it done twice, and I came back from France. I just dismissed it. I said, no way. But when I came back from France, and it was not there at all in my map. And I was surprised to realize that I think after about 3-4 weeks, hey, this guy I'm not able to see this guy. I'm like, I didn't have any feelings which I used to have earlier. It didn't exist at all for me. It kind of disappeared and dissipated. And I was surprised, like, hey, if this can happen to me, it can happen to anybody. Maybe it works, man. Submodality really works. Like that, there are a number of stories which I have heard. Sugandhi has a story like that. So we can continue to share stories. And I'm looking forward to hear your stories. Yes. Remember, do it primarily when you pair up with somebody, do it 3 times.
May I share something there, Ramesh, if
Hang on.
time allows?
Yeah, hang on, Mona. So do it 3 times. Okay. If you feel that the person has got it, then just leave it there. If you're going to be supporting somebody, do it that way. Mona, in the interest of time, I'll just keep it maybe for tomorrow or later after the session. Yes.
Okay.
So just go ahead. Even if you don't trust, go ahead and practice it. When you find some time after the session, maybe with your wife or with your partner, whatever you feel like. It is definitely a powerful tool. One of the tools, I would say. Yes. So I would like to move forward with what I have in mind as the next. Is that okay? Okay. So you're going to go back into groups, the same group for now, okay, where I'm not changing. So we are 23. So the 3 of us will stay out and the remaining of you go. So so you're going to pair up and this is what you're going to be sharing, right? And the use of clean question is going to be important here. So one person is going to be sharing this. The thing that I'm beginning to notice about you, okay? The thing that I'm beginning to notice about you, or the impression that I'm getting to know about you, or I'll put another line. I'm just any one of them you can do. So to me, you come about as a person. What kind of person you come about? So this you're going to be sharing to the other person, and the other person, if you say, hey, to me, you come about as a person who's very calm, quiet. I say, okay, wow, me, calm and quiet, okay. So you can always ask, in what way am I calm and quiet? So you ask some clean questions to unpack, okay, what is it the other person has noticed in you that gives them that impression, so that you increase your understanding about how you present yourself to the world, right? And use clean language and clean questions to go at least a couple of layers deeper. Got the question? Got it? Okay. So the impression that I get about you is, or to me, this, or you can say, uh, um, to me, this is how you come about. What's the other one I said?
The thing that I'm beginning to notice about you.
Yes, something specifically you're beginning to notice in them, in the way they speak, in the way they think, share. Yeah, I think that one would be nice, Lavanya. Right? The thing I'm noticing in you is, the thing I'm beginning to notice in you is, yeah, and highlight it to them, and the other person on the other side is exploring, asking clean language and clean questions. Okay.
Yes.
And you're doing it both ways.
Sir, can you give us a sample of conversation, one or two, so that it would be very easy to conduct?
I'll partner you with the person who will give you the sample.
Okay.
So when you want to learn, Vishal, in that way, you can always say, hey, I think I'll allow you to go first.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, guys. So, and in terms of timing, I'm going to give you about, say, 6 minutes, 3 minutes each, which itself is a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sugandhi and Mona, stay out. So the thing that I'm beginning to notice about you, or the thing that I'm beginning to know about you is, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mona. Sandhya, you're with Pushpa. You should be meeting Pushpa at some point. Pushpa, are you there? Pushpa, संध्या को छोड़ के चली गई. How come Bhavani is left here?
Sandhya and Bhavani both are left.
Oh, Bhavani had.
Bhavani, I saw with Mihal. Mihao.
चली गई.
I came back from there, na?
Sandhya नहीं गई.
Sandhya was paired up with Pushpa, and I think Pushpa is gone.
Not been transported there.
Why is it Kumar? He's left alone. There's somebody left alone. Chatuksa. Okay. Hang on. Sandhya, can you join room number 4?
Oh, I have to do it myself?
Yeah, see if you can do. Join room number 4. Right click. ऊपर जो 3 बटन है म्यूट के बाजू में.
हाँ जी.
Just say join room number 4. Click and see if there is any breakout room. ऐसा कुछ लिखा है क्या?
Yeah, there is an option after record.
Record नीचे देखो, record के बाजू में, recording के बाजू में.
Breakout room.
Meeting information.
ना नीचे record के बाजू में breakout room लिखा है ना.
रिकॉर्डिंग के बाजू में तो एक है आपका मीटिंग इंफॉर्मेशन, दूसरा ये यूजिंग इनहेंस, कुछ और एक है नहीं यहाँ पे
ना. अच्छा ना, मैं बोल रहा हूँ एकदम नीचे जो एंड बटन के पहले रिएक्शन के बाजू में कुछ है ब्रेकआउट रूम.
दिख नहीं रहा है.
जहाँ लीव लिखा है, लीव से पहले.
लीव लिखा है
उससे पहले उसी लाइन में.
दूसरी लाइन में तो कुछ नहीं है मैम, ऊपर है गैलरी व्यू और बस फुल स्क्रीन.
No, no.
So there will be a button, join breakout room. There will be a button like that.
After record, एक है participants, chat, share screen, record, breakout rooms, reactions.
Yeah. Please request recording permission from meeting host. Oh sorry.
नहीं, उसके पास जो है breakout rooms.
उसके बाद नीचे तो है participant, chat, share screen, record और reaction. बस यही है.
Okay.
You're not getting that.
That's the breakout room. Okay. I'll do one thing.
I can stay with you all. It's okay.
Chatuska is waiting there.
Oh, cha. So anyway, that I can do out here.
How about you going, Sugandhi, or how about you going to breakout room number 4? Possible for you to do that? Can one of you go to breakout room number 4?
Yeah.
Go.
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go?
Yeah, go.
Yes.
Quick.
Oh, I have been assigned room number 1.
Oh, no.
So that's what it allows me to do.
I can move you to room number 4.
Yeah, you can, and then I will do.
I have done that.
Now, yeah. I'll go.
Go. So, Sandhya, I'll leave you with Mona. I'll mute myself.
Hi, Sandhya.
Hi, Monaji. You'll ask me?
I'll ask you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Monaji.
So, how do we start this? You will say something, or I will say something.
The thing that I'm noticing about you, I'll ask you whatever I've noticed, and after that, David Grover's clean language, you're supposed to ask me in what kind of thing you
So,
feel.
how do we start? Should I say the thing I like about or I noticed about you?
Yes, ma'am.
This is how we are starting it, right? To me, you come across as a person who is very soft-hearted, kind-hearted person.
So, what kind of word is that made you realize that I am a soft-hearted person? Yes.
Okay. Like the way right now you said, because you were unable to go to the breakout room right now, so you thought that people are getting disturbed, or there is some discomfort is happening. So instead of that, you chose, okay, I'll stay here so that you people don't get discomfort. So that's how you chose, and you said that, right? So that shows that you're a kind-hearted person, that you care for other people's comfort and discomfort.
Is there anything else about that, about me, you'd like to share?
Well, time up.
Okay, regarding you, the thing that I'm noticing about you is
time up.
Okay, welcome back, all of you. How was this exercise for you?
Excellent. It was very nice. It was a good view, different view.
Different view. Okay. Different in what way, Samya?
Please do not
To understand a person, what our idea of another person is, and maybe even if if we have made a random opinion of that person, we have a random opinion of which person we've been, in which we have met. I feel that by just telling what we feel, this is the impression that I have of you. I feel that's whether you're right or wrong, you have said your part.
Yes.
So that person has heard you out.
Yes.
I think that was a nice thing to go.
Yes.
And to hear it from the other person also, maybe whether they're right or wrong, to hear their opinion of who you are. I think that was a nice way of opening out.
I find that it's also good feedback. So if I'm giving this some kind of an impression to the world, whatever they think about me is true because that is how I'm coming about.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
So if I like what they're saying, I keep it, and if I do not like what they're saying, then it's feedback for me. Okay, there is something in that I say that doesn't say. So how is that I'm coming about? So you can always go back to check, and if you feel that you want to change, you can change. So it gives you that permission, I would say. Yeah. Thank you for that. Because a lot of people said, yes, Joy.
Okay, I'm battling since the time this course has begun, and I'm super happy. So what I found out is there is a joy for joy. There is a joy for Chatuska. There is a different joy for Chatuska. There is a different joy for Vishal, and there is a different joy for Sharanya. So it means there are 23 joys sitting right here in between for the eyes of all of you. So what you said, there was a statement that you made, belief statement, I think. I can't remember it exactly. It is like your communication is the meaning which the other person has got, something like that. That statement is very true. I found it out after this 3 exercises.
So when you say you found it out, and this particular statement that the meaning of the communication is the effect or the response, so in what way is it for you?
It is one thing I realized is that I cannot make everybody happy or understand who I am.
Definitely.
And maybe I should stop doing that as well. Because I work very hard on that aspect. And
Carpenters are good at it.
yeah. So no matter how much
The guy who constructs building, he makes it because he has to make it.
Right.
It's a talent when you want to say, I want to make this person happy. Wow. I wish you can do that. Yeah. Or you can change your profession.
Right. No.
Yeah. No.
So this is going to give me a lot of peace now, to be very honest. I'll not be struggling that hard to keep everybody happy, which I try because I'm a pastor and I'm a trainer and I'm a teacher and a coach, and I take too much of burden on my head.
Absolutely. It's not self-maintained. You know, we spoke about one of the criteria in well-formed outcome.
Yes.
Is it in my hands or somebody else's hands?
Right.
You cannot make others happy.
Right.
So what you can do is what in your hands.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you, Joy. You are a joy.
Thank you, sir.
It's joy to everybody.
Yes. Sure. Yes. You want to say something, Pushpa? The screen is jumping from Pushpa to Sharanya.
It was a very good exercise. You can hear me, no?
Yeah, I can. You can.
It was a very good exercise, and I got their feedback, and I shared with them what I have felt about them.
Yes.
So, good experience.
Yes. And just to let you know as well as others know, I think the ability to also receive the feedback, whatever people say about to you. Okay, it's true. So never, ever, ever, never, ever, never, ever, ever try to tell a story. You know what? Today I have not taken my bath. That's the reason I am looking at this. Oh, my dog fell ill, so that's the reason why I'm looking at it. It's not like this. Nobody's interested in that story. As simple as that.
Yeah.
So a channel, yeah. So whatever they are noticing the surface level, they are observing and they are putting it out. And you have a choice to take it or leave it. I normally like to say, did I share the learning cycle with this group? Not yet, right?
No, no, no.
So you have a choice. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Remind me sometime. Yeah. So there is a style of which the training is happening, and I'll share what is the learning cycle, the model, for those of you who do not know, so that it will give you that window to reflect primarily. Yeah. And that's a nice place to be, I would say. Okay. So in which case we can pause for the day. I know we had a long kind of it seems like a long day for me, maybe because of some modalities which took some time, and getting getting some of the other elements coming in, like the beliefs of excellence, clean language, um, also kind of getting them to slowly weave in together. So maybe I'll let you guys go for now. Enjoy your Sunday lunch with your family. And